It is 3 a.m. and you are wide awake, not because of noise, not because of light, because your brain has just handed you in full color a conversation you had 11 years ago. The thing you said, the way their face changed. You did not ask for this memory. It arrived anyway, uninvited at the worst possible hour. You cringe. You pull the blanket over your face like that will somehow undo it. And then you ask yourself the same question you always ask in this exact moment. Why now? Why this memory out of every memory you have at 3 in the morning when you are the most powerless to do anything about it? You tell yourself it is random, bad luck, a glitch. But the real answer is far stranger. Your brain is not malfunctioning at 3 a.m. It is doing something it was built to do at the exact moment it is best equipped to do it, using a system that evolved millions of years before embarrassment even existed as a concept. To understand this, you first have to understand what silence actually does to your brain. During the day, your mind is occupied. You are solving problems, responding to people, reacting to a world that keeps interrupting you before any one thought can finish. But the moment external demands fall away, a different network switches on. Neuroscientists call it the default mode network, and it was first mapped in detail by a scientist named Marcus Reichel in the early 2000s. Reichel found something counterintuitive using brain imaging. He expected the brain to go quiet during rest, the way a machine idles when nothing is asked of it. Instead, when people stopped focusing on an outward task, a specific set of regions lit up. Not less activity, more. This network handles self-reflection, memory retrieval, and imagining scenarios that are not currently happening, whether that means daydreaming it out tomorrow or replaying something from years ago. In other words, the moment your brain is no longer busy with the outside world, it turns its attention inward, toward you. And at 3 a.m., there is nothing left to distract it. This is why the embarrassing memory does not show up while you are making coffee or arguing with a coworker or scrolling through your phone. Your attention is already spoken for in those moments. It shows up in the dark, in the quiet, when your default mode network finally has the floor entirely to itself, with no meeting, no traffic, no conversation competing for the microphone. But why that memory specifically? Why the cringe and not the compliment someone gave you the same week? Your brain holds thousands of memories. It could resurface anything. Instead, it reaches almost every time for the one that still stings. Here, the psychologist Susan Nolan Hoeksema becomes relevant. In the 1990s, she studied a mental pattern she called rumination, the tendency to replay a negative event over and over rather than let it settle and pass. Her research found something uncomfortable about how this pattern actually functions. Rumination does not fix the problem it fixes